Okay, welcome back to America's Home Cooking. Now we're getting ready to make the Cuban potato croquettes that we're going to be putting the picadillo filling. The picadillo goes into these. You know what I'm talking about. It's part 2, okay? I'm getting tongue twisted today. You want 2 pounds of potatoes. I already weighed them out. They don't want them peeled, they want them scrubbed. And I said, okay, you want them scrubbed, we'll scrub them. So that's what I'm going to do, is scrub. I got my scrubber, so I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, they said put them in a saucepan. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay them out and get it as low as I can. They sit there and they want us to boil these until done. Only make the water 1 inch above your potatoes. You don't have to go any higher than that. It's just wasting water and energy. So, the more water you add to the potatoes, the longer it takes them to boil. It's going to cause the electric or gas bill to go up if you do it every day and it adds up. This is why they're careful with the way they say you cook. And you have to wait for those. They want them to be rice. They say you get a better texture on the potatoes, and that's what we're going to have to do. So if you have a ricer, by all means, no, you're going to have to use it for this, they say. And let me get the other stuff out, and when they're done, we'll start moving forward. Okay, what they want you to do is take the potatoes out and put them in a large bowl and let them cool enough until you can handle them. I'm going to save that water for bread because I have to make bread. I can be making English muffins, but I'm going to be making some other breads as well. Between cleaning and baking and gardening, you don't have any time to do yourself. The plants call you, the house needs cleaning, and family screams they're hungry. All right, so I'm going to save this water because I'm notorious for doing it. I made cottage cheese and I've got a big pot over there of whey that I've got to take care of as well. So we're going to let these cool a bit. As you can see the steam coming up, I am not touching them. And then we're going to rice them as soon as they get cool enough that I can handle them. I've already ground up my pepper and I added some salt to it because we're going to need this. You're also going to need an egg. We're going to need some parsley, we're going to need flour, and we're going to need breadcrumbs. And no, I don't even have any bread to make breadcrumbs. So I had to buy them. Let's see, when I run out, I'll run out. That's when I use the store. But I don't use it any more than I have to. So we'll let these cool a bit. They're not going to be completely cool, but we've got to cool them enough that we can handle these and rice them. Okay. I'm starting to peel them. The little ones, at least they cool better than the other ones. What am I going to do with the peelings? Put them into my stock. What am I going to do with the water? I'm going to make bread with it. Oh, God. That's one down. Get another small one. I know I'm quiet. You're saying, gosh, she is so quiet. Yeah, I am burning my fingers. See why you need paring knives? You need small knives for little things. You don't need a big knife. This is why knives come in different sizes for women who are in the kitchen. But now I could say men too, because, you know, the family structure is so broken at this point in this country. Bigger potatoes. That was very hot. This is the last one. I'm going to start putting this together. You have to be careful because we're putting an egg in this, and it's going to have to hold, so we don't want the egg to cook, so I have to be careful. I might have to let it cool a little more. It's really hot. Would you believe this thin little sheet has so many nutrients in it, and people just throw it away every day? And if they have a baked potato, they eat the inside and still throw the skin out. Okay, these have to cool just a little more. I can't handle them. I will hurt myself. So we'll wait a little bit longer. Maybe just a couple of minutes, because now the skin's off, more heat can come out. My fingers will be saved. By the way, you need russet potatoes to do this, better known as Idaho. You need dry potatoes. If you use the Eastern, you're going to have too much moisture. I know you can still see the steam coming out. This makes your mashed potatoes, or whatever you're doing, much lighter than mashing them. That's why people are using them. You have a husband who loves to get in the kitchen, boy, what you two can't come up with, especially when you're different cultures. Now, when you have this left over, do not use the point, the side that you cut with. Use the back of your knife and do that. Because if you do it the other way, you're going to dull your knife and you're going to scrape this up, or any pan that you're using. That should be cooler. Right, I've done all that. Okay. We have to leave this alone and let it cool, so that'll probably be 10 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, you need 3 tablespoons of minced parsley. Your salt and pepper. And that's to taste. They just say salt and pepper, so I just did it how I would do it, and you'll have to do yours your way with the salt and pepper measurements. Need 1/4 cup of flour. Let's see what else they want us to do with this. Okay. Oh, they want an egg. Want a beaten. So you have to beat one first. I use more things in this kitchen. Now, this is a weird dough that I've never done this before. Okay. Mix all this together. I am not going to use all the picadillo. If I don't, I'll make fries tomorrow, because that's another way you can serve it is with fries. I just don't think this is going to, if I do, I'll be shocked. Oh. That hurts. I have some blisters on my hands. I burnt my hands from the oven by accident, and they're very, very sore. I think we're going to have to add some more flour to this. Yeah, we mixed well with our hand. We put the salt and pepper into a lightly floured bowl and knead until smooth and cohesive dough. Ha ha ha. Just going to take that flour up that we put on the cutting board. All right, in your work area, I know you hear me talking all the time, like, Yeah, that's me. I talk with my recipes. I might disagree with them. Knowing me. Cohesive? Yeah, right. We'll see how that goes cohesively. Cohesive, yeah, right, cohesive. They actually tell you to knead it, and that's what I'm doing, until it forms into a, I guess, a dough. So this is going to fry up, which we're going to be frying these. This has to be a dough of some sort to hold together, to be able to stretch and work with. Because if we fry them and there's not enough to hold this together, it's not going to work. I'm just taking all the flour up I put on the counter, which is about 1/4 of a cup. You see how it's getting more together now? This is what they want. I have the meat over there. Let me put it up on top here. I doubt seriously I'm going to use all this meat. Now they want me to make 12 balls with this. I'm going to make a log. If I can get it 1 foot, I can measure it out better. See if I can roll it out, I'll make 12. And they said, how many does this make? It says it makes 12. I got enough meat, I might have a second meal. And make the second one with fries. Because my sons will probably be gone, so it'll be just me, so that'll be just fine for me. A little more, I'm a little shy. My hand is approximately 3. Okay. Let's mark them and then we'll cut them. Now that should give us 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See how easy that is? Not difficult. Now I have to cut it where it doesn't smash. We're going to have to put some flour underneath these because they are going to stick. I can already see it. Okay, this one might need a little extra. Now they want you to flatten this into your hand. So make it like a 4-inch circle. Put some flour on it so I can do this. Is that about a 4-inch circle? Yeah, that's what they want you to do. And they want you to take, how much? A tablespoon of the meat sauce. The Picadillo, actually. And then they want you to close this up around it. Close the seams up. Well, mine looks like a pie, okay? They say make them round, but I got a pie. I'm going to set them on flour because they are just going to stick. Okay. They said it should be thin. I don't know if it's thin. They said make sure that you don't have any holes or anything, or it'll give it a problem, because you don't want it to leak. I'm sorry, I think of a pie when I do this. They said make sure no holes or the meat and stuff will come out. Well, they're a good size, that's for sure. So this is what they want. I don't know if you can see everything that I'm doing. You said you flatten it out, it would be bigger than your palm, which is true. It's a little bigger than my palm. And they say take a tablespoon, which I'm doing. I shouldn't have brought it over here. I usually do it over the pan. Put it in the center. They say bring the seams together. When I bring the seams together, it starts to look like a pie, fried pie. Instead, if you have any holes, close them up. Okay. They're big. They don't look neat. I'm not gonna lie to you. They don't look the neatest, but I'm doing it. They said it's going to make a thin crust. This is not thin doing it the way they said it. So I used their weights on it. If you put some flour in your palm, it will prevent it from sticking and tearing. That's what I did to prevent it from doing that. One has a hole. They said make them a ball. Mine did not turn out like that. Mine turned out like this. And don't worry, we're going to be rolling them in pie crust. I mean breadcrumbs as well. Just try to make sure you don't have any holes. That's what I'm trying to do, but it's not easy. See, it sticks to your hands. You'll tear it faster. That's why I'm putting flour on. Goes in here. So you can see it's not easy. I need some more flour. I'm really giving me a time sticking to my hands. I've made 1, 2, 3, 7 of them right now. And because your palms concave in, make sure that you press that center out or your edges will be too thin. So make them in balls. Don't you like the shape they're going? Not the way he wants them. That's where mine are going. He said this will be real thin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's it, Sandra. Throw it all over the place like you can afford to throw food away. One there. So see, you don't have to stuff it. He said make French fries and serve it alongside the meat instead of putting them like this, if you wish. If I have any left over and nobody's home tomorrow, I'm going to do that for myself. I'll fry some fries up. I never know who's going to be home or not, so. It's going to be a big one. Okay. I have enough meat there to make fries tomorrow and serve it. Remember, the only thing we're cooking is actually the outside because we've already cooked the filling. So we're going to roll them in breadcrumbs, I think. They want them actually round. I don't know how I can do that. If I roll these round, I'm afraid the meat is going to come out. Let me just see if I can do this, okay? Okay, here's one that rounded out quite nice. But look how large they are. These things are big, mother. Okay, let's get this oil on. You want 2 inches of oil. Oh, that's a little more. Yeah, I had to buy breadcrumbs. Don't have any bread. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can roast some more of these out and not ruin them. Okay. God, I hope I can. We got one in breadcrumbs. Need some more oil. They say to only fry a few at a time. They said because if you put too many in, you could end up messing them up and they won't cook right. I can see why now. I'm going to try to get these in balls the way they want them, but I don't know. What temperature do you want these fried at? You want to be above 350. About 350, okay. I think we can pull that one. Oh, dang. That's hot. They're not going to be ready for a bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to eat it with you, so I'll just have some muffins and milk. But they look good, okay? They really do. They really do look good.
Somebody asked if you were a taster.
Yeah, you can say that. I am. You can say that. I have no complaints if you said anything. I'd be like, yeah, I am a taster.
Don't put the plate in there.
Why, Mommy?
Oh, okay. Just do it 30 seconds.
I know, Mommy.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you took one of the white ones. I said, no, it'll explode. What time do you have to be there?
It's my appointment's at 2:30.
But it's the traveling?
Yeah, that's why I know if I miss my bus, I might catch the 1 o'clock bus. It's gonna put me, and I might not even get there. So that's why
You
I
have to leave at this hour?
Huh?
That's why you have to leave at this hour?
Yeah, I leave at 12. I thought you would have had those done by 11, but you said they were gonna be for a while, so I'm like, I can't. But I will have them when I come back, okay? I will. I didn't want to have it. I really did.
It's okay.
I really did. I wanted it. I really did, but.
Are you guys catching in this conversation I'm having with my son?
Oh no.
Well, it is working. They're very large, but you got to be careful. I'm not going to lie to you. You really got to be careful when you put this together. Mine look like pies. We have to get up to 350. Oh dear God. Hold on. I had to race to charge you. I must be near 0 because it started losing the picture. I'm sure you're going to see it. That's why you had to mince the parsley so fine so it doesn't stick out. You don't need the stems. You really need those leaves. Unless you really pinch carefully. Well, they're coming into balls, but they're really big. I would love to make Caribbean meat pies. We love those in the house. That's another pie that we like very, very much. Some of them do not want to close up. We're getting there. When I fry the first one up, you know, pretty much let you go because they're all going to be fried up the same way. I'm squeezing these very gently, making them into balls. And then we put them in the breadcrumbs, and then into the hot oil. And how do I do that? You see how they're shaped like this? I'm very careful just to sort of bring it in like this and start rolling it. Where the flour is doesn't want to stick, which gives me the problem. I know, I think this has been one of the quietest videos I have done. You're always waiting for a story, and this time I didn't have one. Okay. That's pretty much it. I got them rounded like that. We're waiting for the oil to hit 350. When you're done frying them, you're going to have to put them on something. Paper towel to drain or something. Okay, the only thing left, and how long do they fry? They want them until they're deeply browned and crisp, and they said that'll take anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes. And right now we're at 270. So when it hits a little above 350, I will be back. Okay, I can't get you any closer than right here. I mean, I'm sorry, I'd like to turn you in such a direction where you could see. I'm holding it above 350, and they're gonna have to fry up. They want you to put them on a rack when they're done and let the grease drain. So they want a rack with a pan underneath it to catch the grease from it. And that's what I have right here. I'm using my broil pan with a rack. But I have all these things right here, and I can't get you any closer. So mine is hovering around. I keep turning it down, but it keeps climbing. But anything over 350. Okay, we're going to turn you way down. And get you to start dropping. Imagine how your family would like this. I'm going to serve mine with a cottage cheese and fruit mixed to it. I think that'll be more than enough. I've got the starch and the protein here, so there's no reason. And I have a lot of it left, so I think I'm just going to do fries tomorrow and serve it that way. With fries right next to it. Let me see what they look like. There, you just saw it, just like me. Lovely dark brown. And that's how they want them to be. very dark brown. I would have liked them a lighter brown. They said a dark brown. Okay, I'm going to continue doing this and I will see you when they're done. Okay, I have the last two in there, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is what they look like. Okay, so listen, you take care. Bye-bye.